It's Cathi here, giving you a writing exercise which is particularly good if you're not feeling very creative. I think a lot of us are struggling with creativity at the moment. This is called Lost and Found in Translation. You will need, as in all recipes, access to Google Translate, paper and pen or a printer, and most importantly a pair of scissors. Step 1. Choose 20 or 30 lines of poetry. Could be your own, or could be something of you really admire, maybe a very famous piece, or simply 20 lines picked randomly from the internet. It doesn't matter. Step 1. Step 2. You need to put this 20 or 30 lines into Google Translate and translate into any language of your choice. Then you translate them again into a second language. Then you translate them again into a third language. And then you translate them again into a fourth language. So they've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4 translations. Don't try and correct the translations or even read them at this point. When you've got your fourth translation in whatever language that ends up in, then translate back into English. You will then have 20 or 30 lines of poetry in English. Either print these out, or if like me you haven't got access to a printer, you will need pen and paper, and you'll need to write each line down separately. Obviously, at the moment it's a nicely time-consuming activity as well, so it could take up quite a lot of your afternoon. When you've done that, you'll need a pair of scissors. You cut each line separately, so you'll end up on your table or your floor or your bed with 20 or 30 separate lines of poetry. And now comes the creative bit. Your job is to assemble these in a way that looks interesting or unusual or pleasing to you to create a new poem. There's no right way or wrong way of doing this, and you will end up with a piece of poetry which will often have quite an odd quality to it because the translation does sound quite odd to the English. This is an example of uncreative writing. If you're interested in uncreative writing, can I suggest you look at the work of Oliver Goldsmith, his very good book, Uncreative Writing, or simply have a Google and a mooch around. Enjoy it. Talk to you all soon. Bye.